Hey, what's going on? Jeff Coga here, and I want to let you know that the stock market is currently down 666 points. And for anyone that is in the financial service sector, or if you are a stock trader, that is important, okay? Not because of things like, oh my gosh, the world is ending, okay? But the last time we've been down this much in terms of in the stock market was the Bree exit, okay? And if you've been following me on Instagram, there's a post I posted about actually calling the Britain exit a couple months before it happened, right? And so I want to talk about today is what's next, right? Because fine and dandy, if you have money in the stock market or know someone in the stock has money in the stock market, then it always boils down to what can you do to not only protect your hard-earned money, but also what do you do afterwards so you can take your hard-earned money and be able to go out and go compound it, right? Actually come back, tell your friends to come back with another dollar, okay? And but what I want you to first recognize is this, right? This, I'll give you an example, right, is equivalent to $10,000, okay? It's equivalent to $10,000, okay? Now, it is motion picture money, okay? Motion picture, but this is how thick it is, okay? It's $10,000. Now, some people make this in the world, right? This is how much they make, maybe in a 4 or 5 year period, okay? Literally just this, all right? Because of the currency, okay? Versus some people here in the United States, they might make what? Maybe 3 of these that I have right here, right? So it'd be another 10,000, another 10,000, another 10,000, so which is 30,000, right? Some people, that's how hard they work for $30,000, okay? As well as it might be 20,000 will look like this, and so on and so on. Now, why am I showing you this, okay? And again, this is fake money, so please do not come to my office and be like, hey, you know, and try to rob me or something like that, okay? Because this is fake money. But it's to get a visual idea. I didn't understand until I feel this, right? So again, the point of the matter is this, because look, when you get this versus we just had a closing, and take a look here, the title company sent us a envelope, okay? This is an express envelope. We literally got this today at our office right here, and the payoff, right, for a deal that we did, right? So we got a check for this, and so you can get an idea of this, right? And look, I'm not showing this to like brag or impress and something like that, but the point to make a point, especially with what the stock market is doing as well as what's going on, that hey, this is possible. If you believe it's possible, it starts from there, the belief system, and then from there, surrounding yourself with people that have done it, and then from there, figuring out and learning how to do it, okay? So here is a deal. Let me try to cover up some stuff here from here. Okay, so if you see this, right, this is from February, you can see here, right, you can see the date, it might be flipped around because this is a live stream, February 1st, and you can see this is what, the dollar amount right here. I don't know if you see it, it's $17,000.93, right, $17,000.93. This is a deal, right, that we have, that we got. Now, the equivalent of that is what? Roughly about stack of this, right? Because this is $10,000, okay? And then it would be a stack of maybe a, literally, what, like, I'm not going to count it, but maybe a little bit of this, right? So this is what that check represents in terms of stack of money, okay? In terms of stack of money. Right? And you have to start wondering. I started asking the question, what is it? Is it real? And my mind opened up when I ended up going to the Philippines, and then especially traveling. I started recognizing when I was first in Belize, okay? But then when I went to the Philippines, it made it more real for me, right? Which is, you look around in a country, and we went to with a group because of my assistant. She let me hang out with some of her school friends, right? So we hung out, and they were doing a project, so they ended up going to literally schools to give like books away to schools, right? Especially underprivileged schools. So I went with them, and we went into schools, right? We would go to literally railroads, and it would be under the railroad, right? And these kids, and it's like, for me, in the equivalent of like United States, you look at that and you're like, damn, that's some rough area, like really, really like bad, right? And I'm just like, damn, you know, like, and I bought in houses and like Watts and stuff like that, really rough parts of LA, but it was some areas that I went was really rougher than that, okay? And I was like, damn, you know, and And these kids had smile face year to year, right? They had smile. They saw us like, oh my gosh, okay? And then as we went into school to give like these books away, and then literally, you know, these kids smiling, and we went to one of the last places that we went where we drove up, and as we were driving up the hill, these people were like holding a mask around their nose, right? A mask, okay? And I'm just like, what is that? And I can just tell because they were holding that around their nose that there's something in the air. Okay, something in there. And then as we pulled up, because they were saying that we're going to a dump yard. Okay, I'm just like, a dump yard? And we pulled up and we parked, and when I stepped out of the car, it just like, pow! Ammonia just hit me in the face, okay? And I was like, whew. And then as I walked, there's like chickens running around, pigs running around, poo-poo everywhere, and that kind of stuff. And I'm like, whoa, man, this is really interesting. You know, I'm getting a good feel of what's happening. And then again, we go to this school, and at this school, kids are smiling year to year. Happy to see us, year to year, smiling. As we're giving out these books, we're taking pictures with them, okay? And just so that we can document it. And I do have a video that I wish I could share on that. And what I've come to realize as I came home on the airplane flying home from the Philippines, I was only out there like 5 days, is as I understood the idea and the illusion of the middle class. Right? Because the standard of the middle class in a country like Philippines and the standard and idea of the middle class like the United States is different. Right? In terms of currency, right? Like money, it's different. Okay? But it's about a standard of living, and you have to wonder to say, okay, why do we put labels on ourselves and say that's the middle class, that's what we do, that's what we want to make, or that's what we can, you know, what we're possible, right? And it gets me thinking a lot about a lot of this stuff, you know, and for wondering like, wow. So as I'm looking at like the stock market and what's happening, right, and what's going down, just know that yes, you know, things are going up and down, but it's all an illusion. And the faster you can say, hey, these things are an illusion, and you actually truly believe it is, then I believe, or in my case, when I started believing that this is all an illusion. It's an illusion. Money is simply an illusion. Matter of fact, it's not even backed by anything, right? Before, the money was backed by gold. Okay, it was backed by gold. At least you can convert it to gold, you can convert it to silver, okay? But as things pass by, money is not backed by anything. It's backed by the United States government. Okay, the United States government, right? It's tender, right? But truly, you know, at the end of the day, it's just, if you think about it, it's simply an illusion. Just like the stock market, I say it's simply an illusion, right? Because the money goes up, it goes down, it goes up, okay? Yes, can you convert this stuff and buy stuff and like that? Yes, you can. But if you start believing it's an illusion, then you'll start thinking, okay, what kind of illusion do I want to paint in my mind or create so that way those illusions can be helpful for me and my family, okay? And when I started thinking that all of these things is an illusion, that's what life and things started changing, right? Just like this, the stock market, right? I was getting a little greedy because it was getting higher and higher. And then I said, you know what? It's an illusion. Something's going to happen. Let me sell off. So I sold off. All right, and then as it tanked 666 points, it's like 0.5, but it tanked that, okay? I went into trading volatility now, okay? I've been a volatility trader before in the past. I've traded volatility. I've traded oil and commodities as well. So when you start doing that kind of stuff, you understand that, hey, money is simply an illusion. Money is simply a tool. It's a matter of how you use it. And if you know how to use it, then you'll be able to physically do it. And to make a point, as I said earlier, right? $17,000 in cash only looks about like this. $10,000 and about this, okay? Again, this might be someone's salary for this might be someone's salary for a month. This might be someone's salary for a year or 6 months or whatever it is, okay? If you're making $30,000, it kind of looks like this, and this is, you can literally hold it in your hand, okay? So imagine that, all the hard work you put in, this is what you do, right? You can put it in your hand. So if you understand it's an illusion, you can do stuff like this, where as I showed earlier that, hey, we get a check from the title company for $17,000 and 93 cents. And this all has to do with understanding one thing that I preach about is to understand interest. Understand the power of interest. Understand the power of compound interest. Not so that you can just make money first off, but understand the power of compound interest and how it can put you in debt. And there's an old saying that says, he who do not understand interest is a slave to money. He who understands interest becomes the master of money. And really, this is simply a loan we gave out. It was supposed to close much earlier, okay? All right? It was supposed to close much earlier on this, okay? Like, look, okay? We gave out, and it was out $14,000 that was out, okay? We sent out maybe, what, 10,000 and maybe like this or something like that, right? That's like 10,000 and this we sent out, okay? Gave a loan to someone, and they sent us back in about a 60-day period, $17,000. So maybe, you know, we sent about this much out wire, and then they sent this back to us, okay? And in a 60-day period, you make $3,000 by lending money. And for some people, if you have never seen that kind of stuff, you know, usually it's going to fall under, man, Jeff, are you doing something scammy, taking advantage of someone? Are you doing something illegal, right? Because we're so programmed in our mind by financial advisors and by people that, hey, you simply cannot make money just by simply lending out, right? And so I tell people, hey, you got to become financially literate. You got to get educated. You got to understand how money works because, look, listen, okay? Some people, that amount, like I just simply took my soldiers of what, $14,000, and then in 60 days, boom, someone sends me $13,000, which is probably like around this much amount of money, back to me, just because I lent money out, right? Just because I lent money out. And the only difference is what? Is that I have intellectual capital in terms of I understand how to do it, right? Because I've learned from people that are a lot smarter than I was, okay? And I am still, and learning from people that are a lot smarter than I am. So regardless if you learn this stuff from me or from someone else, start picking up a book and start reading about this kind of stuff because this is the stuff that really changes how you operate. So regardless if the stock market goes down, you know how to make money. If the stock market goes up, you can make money. Or if you decide, hey, you know what, it's too volatile, it's going up and down, let me simply just stay out of it, right? So that's what I got for you on this message today, as I'm going to try to keep track, and I think on my YouTube channel, I'm going to show more stats and numbers on what's happening, because I think sometimes people, you have to physically see to believe that, hey, this thing is possible. So that's what I got for you guys and gals. Jeff Coga, if you got some value on it, let me know. If you have any questions, leave some comments below. That's what I got. Love y'all. Take care, and bye-bye.